Hello and welcome to episode 1 of Are You Not Entertained?
Are you not entertained?
Coming to you from the land of red buses, red telephones that don't work, and generally mental weather. So that would be London, England, Europe-ish. I'm Matt, co-founder of Media Bounty. This is...
Oh, did you forget my name, or is that just?
That was the lead in for you. This is seamlessly.
I'm Charlotte. I'm a creative producer here at Media Bounty.
The purpose of Media Bounty Presents Are You Not Entertained? Is just to ask Charlotte and other people, hopefully in the future, a few aspects about the world that may or may not entertain them, in this case Charlotte. Just name a couple of things that you're doing to do with work at the moment without giving too much away.
Just finishing off some really good films about food and drink, which are nice, and
Always good.
Also lots of stuff with animals. So
food, drink, animals, although you're
perfect
supposed to never work with animals or kids.
No kids.
Just animals.
I have spilled tea down myself today. I don't know if you can see.
Amazing insight into your world, thanks. Yeah. Oh no! Oh yeah. Gosh! Stop the tape. Let's
That's
rerun.
how interesting my life is.
So outside of work, I think from hearing your voice that you're northern. So let's just say that you're northern outside of work as well.
I am northern inside and outside of work.
Amazing. So we'll start off with a book. So what was the last book that you read? It was a page turner, and then you couldn't put it down. And then when you put it down, you kind of were thinking about it once you were brushing your teeth a week after.
So I'm actually rereading this book again for the third time right now because I just love it so much.
I never reread books.
This book is basically, if I ever am feeling sad or stressed, then I read this book and it makes me feel better. It's just such a feel-good book. It's called A Man Called Ove.
Man Called Ove?
Yeah, by Fredrik Backman.
We may or may not have an image of that book, A Man Called Ove, appearing here, or somewhere, or maybe a link, maybe.
It's about this really grumpy old man who you just think is like the grumpiest man in the world, and then his sort of neighbours are generally like interfering with his life and just pissing him off, basically.
Yeah.
Am I allowed to say that?
Well, yeah.
It flips back and forth from his life throughout, and then back to present day, so it keeps going back and forward in time and explaining why he is the way that he is and why he thinks this certain thing, and it ends up just being the most heartwarming, lovely book, and it made me cry my eyes out the first time I read it.
So emotion inducing.
Very emotional.
Right, cool.
Yeah.
So next, a film that you watched, the last one you can remember, that you either laughed out loud at or cried your eyes out at.
Yeah.
I can guess which way this is going to go.
Wow. Do you think I'm just really emotional?
No.
If it makes me cry, it's had a massive impact on me.
It's same with me, except if I'm on a plane. I don't know if it's to do with the altitude or different levels of oxygen or nitrogen or whatever, but if I'm on a plane, I tend to get more emotional watching a film. If I'm on land at sea level, don't really.
Yeah, well, anyway, this film's called Short Term 12, and it is about some kids in a foster care facility, and it's the main character is played by Brie Larson, who was in Room.
Right, yeah, another emotional film.
Yeah, and she is a sort of foster care worker who's had a really troubled past as well. So as the film goes, she's helping the kids get through their issues, whilst also battling with issues of her own.
Right.
And it's just really sad because it's just
So she's the rock of the film.
Yeah, but then she's really damaged as well, and she's trying to figure stuff out, and it's just made me just continually cry at different points because everyone's stories are just so emotional, and the kids are really brilliant actors. The acting in it is brilliant, and it was basically made me feel really lucky to have had a great childhood, and feel very sympathetic towards anyone
So
who's
sympathy and empathy towards others, and kind of like that's what was being brought out through the emotions of watching the film.
yeah.
And that's-
It made my heart hurt.
Made your heart hurt. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. So this is Short Term 12. Sounds a bit like an indie film because
Yeah.
it's not a blockbuster. It's not exactly Independence
No.
Day 2, which is great. But whereabouts can we find
Well,
that
I watched
film?
it on Netflix. It was out in 2013. It did like win some awards at like film festivals and stuff.
Cool.
But the guy, I think it's Destin Daniel Cretton, he's called, the guy who, and he wrote and directed it, and he
Destin
wrote it from
Daniel Cretton.
yeah.
We're not going to forget that. Okay.
He wrote it based on his own experiences of working in a like foster care facility.
Great.
So
Inside.
it's very based on truth,
Okay.
which probably makes it more emotional.
So there may or may not be a link here or here, probably not there, but there might be a link popping up for that film on to find out more about it, or even a link to Netflix. But that's Short Term 12, a film which entertained Charlotte, our creative producer. So next we're going to go on to some ads. First one was an Evian ad, fairly recent. It's been online. Hopefully we could have a link to that somewhere. I don't know why I keep pointing here, but hopefully we can have a link to that. But it's an Evian ad with lots of babies in it. A guy walks down a beach and everything, after a wipeout, and as he comes around, everything and everyone, is a baby. It's quite entertaining and weird, in my opinion. Next up was Replay Jeans ad featuring Neymar and some Brazilian-esque dancing in that. And then finally there was the new iPhone 6 Siri ad featuring Cookie Monster. It's an awful impression, but featuring Cookie Monster. So which one did you choose?
Obviously, Cookie Monster.
Obviously Cookie Monster. So we're just going to have a quick watch of that now, and here we go.
Oh! Hey Siri, set timer for 14 minutes.
Okay, 14 minutes and counting.
Waiting for cookies. Hey Siri, play me waiting playlist. Thank you. Thank you.
If I could save time in a bottle, the first thing that I'd like to do
Me so hungry for cookie.
is to save every day till eternity passes away, just to spend them with you.
Hey Siri,
From outside.
check the timer.
Could make days
Here's the timer.
last forever.
Oh,
If words could make wishes come true.
So that was the iPhone's 6S Siri ad with Cookie Monster. There's been other ads, obviously, with celebrities involved before. We've had Jamie Foxx on the last one.
Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift. Is that the one where she went viral and
She fell off the treadmill,
The
yeah.
treadmill, that went mental. But now we have the Cookie Monster. So what are your thoughts, feelings, emotions? First of all, you liked it out of the three,
Yeah.
but tell us why this one and what you like about this ad.
Well, I really like it, and I think it seems like everyone else does as well, because it's had far more views than any other video on, or at least recent video.
10.6 million at the moment.
Yeah, on iPhone's channel.
Yeah.
Or Apple's channel. So yeah, I just think it's really funny. It's silly. It makes you like nostalgic for your
Yeah, there is a bit of
childhood.
nostalgia because I haven't seen or interacted, watched anything with Cookie Monster for a long time.
The Cookie Monster is just generally really lovable and makes you just
You get him straight away.
Yeah.
Just going to say cookie and the joke's all going to be about him wanting cookies.
yeah.
Fairly basic and silly, but it works, right?
Yeah, it's just really cute. I just think it's really like it's not really over salesy. It's not. It's just. It's actually showing a fairly simple feature that probably most people.
But most
know
people
about.
would use for cooking at home, baking cookies.
Yeah, it's
or
not.
lasagna, whatever it is. Yeah, it is an everyday use, but using a character that's from the past in terms of.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how many people out there can actually say hand on heart that They don't like the Cookie Monster, and because everybody's got a little, it just kind of
Yeah.
appeals to the silliness, the kid inside somewhere that
Yeah.
wants to just have a mess around and hang out with the Cookie Monster in
Yeah.
the kitchen.
And the behind the scenes that they did as well, that they released like a month later, is just brilliant. Like, even better than the actual ad, I think.
Once you've watched the ad, the behind the scenes, hopefully there's a link here, is really funny. It's just, like, as Charlotte says, it adds extra layers to this, and you see what the Cookie Monster gets up to as when he was filming this ad.
And it made me want to share it, and loads of people shared it with me as well. I had like my flatmate saying, "Oh, have you seen the Cookie Monster thing?" And then it went round our like whole flat, and then we like shared it with other people. So I think
That's really true. It's amazingly shareable. You wouldn't think to yourself, after seeing this ad on your phone, which is where the majority of people are obviously going to be watching it, you wouldn't feel bad about sharing it with your friends. You wouldn't have that moment where you're like, "Ooh, this is an ad, should I share this?" Personally, I would just be able to share this and not have second thoughts about what my peers might think of me
No.
for sharing an ad, because, like you said, it doesn't come across as being very salesy as an ad. So let's move on to a quick demonstration of how Charlotte felt about this by just using her face. So we're gonna do the freeze face. Charlotte's gonna show us by freezing her face what she thinks about the Cookie Monster ad.
Okay.
So that's a pretty good freeze face, right there. I think.
How do I hold it for?
Oh, you can keep it.
No.
No, okay. You get rid.
Yours is more shocked than mine. Mine was just pure joy. Yours is a bit more like
Mine's-
astonished.
Mine's excited to see the Cookie Monster for the first
Right.
time in ages.
Yeah. Okay.
So I was trying to put a bit of like, wow, it's him again.
He's back.
And it's cool. Yours was just sheer joy.
Yeah.
So if you want to send in your freeze face, send it to us. You can upload it with the hashtag #AYNE. Are you not entertained? But put the hashtag freeze face and show us your freeze faces and what you thought of the Cookie Monster iPhone 6s ad. Okay, next moving on to the final kind of layer of deducting what Charlotte thought and whether she was entertained by this ad, and that's Bootown to Boomtown. So if, I'm guessing this is going to be in the realm of Boomtown, but if it was Bootown, that's where this ad lived, it means that it wasn't very good. So depending on how close to the centre of Bootown would depict how bad it was. But moving away from Bootown, we're in Boomtown for this one, right?
Boomtown. Yeah.
Yeah. So in Boomtown, if we are saying it's the best ad and most entertaining piece of content that was ever produced of all time, then this would be in the centre in Boom Plaza with the mayor sipping Bucks Fizz. If this was pretty damn good because it's in Boomtown, but not like the best thing that was ever made ever, it would probably be in the suburbs of Boomtown, in a sleepy commuter town, in a garden shed, right?
Yeah.
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 So
It's like in a car park on an industrial estate.
maybe in like a carpet right car park kind of behind a skip, but in Boomtown.
Yeah.
We're not in the plaza with the mayor.
No, because I feel like that has to be held back a little bit.
Yeah, fine.
But we are in the centre. I'd say in a nice city centre apartment.
Cool. Okay, so is that a 1-bed, 2-bed city centre apartment?
Well, with the behind the scenes, if you see them as a package, which I think we should,
Yeah, we should.
then I'd say 2-bed with a balcony.
Ensuite,
Yeah.
both bedrooms.
No, 1 bedroom ensuite and one other bathroom.
So it's a 2-bed with ensuite, balcony, one other bathroom, but in the city centre of
Yeah,
Boomtown.
nice view from the balcony as well.
All right, nice view of a meadow. Yeah. So this ad is in a good place in Boomtown.
Yeah.
Let us know whether you think this is #Bootown or #Boomtown. You can tell us by @MediaBounty Twitter. I've just realised I haven't said any of our handles. It's @MediaBounty for Twitter, and geniusly, it's @MediaBounty for Instagram. Show us your freeze faces, but then also tell us if you want about whether this is #Bootown or #Boomtown. Once you've chosen that hashtag, little description of whereabouts in those towns this ad exists. That would be cool. So, thanks, Charlotte. That's pretty much it for episode 1 of Are You Not Entertained? See you on the next episode, hopefully, of...
Oh.
Are you not not entertained?
It just
She
wasn't
missed
quick
it.
enough.
Okay, thanks, Emery. Cheers, guys.